Hey, good morning, everybody. Chris Lacey here. I am going to do an initial test on a new, unique pull cartridge technology from GreenStory Global and their Meltblown technology. So I'm kind of excited to see the differences in both, pressure, water flow, etc. So sit tight and let's see what happens. Switch the camera around here just to give you a little bit of a difference of just my pull layout. It's a 20 by 40 vinyl pull. Obviously my granddaughter's toys and stuff, things down there in the shallow end, and my pool is about 9'2" in the deep end, so my pool is slightly over 30,000 gallons. As we come down to the deep end area, enclosed, you'll see one of GreenStory Global's Meltblown cartridges. Again, unique technology, no end caps required, and this filter technology can certainly filter out things that the other pleated cartridges cannot filter out or address, be it a remake cartridge or point bond technology. So it comes in an individual plastic bag. I'll get my other one out, get this in, and let's see what happens. One other quick thing I did want to point out, I've let my chlorine level purposefully get down to 0, so it's a little bit hard to tell, but while my water is clear, there's a slight haze to it, and again, that's just because I wanted to let the chlorine level get down to 0, as most homeowners do, and just see how that would affect the performance of the cartridge, kind of being not a worst case scenario, but on the way to a worst case scenario. I've got if you look at the cartridges side by side, obviously on the left you'll see the traditional tried and true pleated cartridge, and on the right you'll see the new Meltblown technology. What's unique to the Meltblown cartridge, the way the fibers work, it traps stuff that the conventional pleated cartridges do not. Runtime, performance-wise, you'll see an equivalent. But the great thing about the Meltblown, again, is the Meltblown cartridge can trap dirt and debris and other things in the water that the other filter doesn't typically get. So you get, pardon me, massive performance improvement in performance and water clarity. And the Meltblown cartridge is actually a disposable cartridge, so once it goes through its life cycle, when you're done, you do not clean it, you simply throw it away and put another one in there. I've got the Meltblown cartridge down and in. It was a little bit of a snug fit down on the receiver stub down in the bottom of the filter, but got it in. The top will go on, and again, really excited to see how this performs. I'm just sitting here waiting for the pump to prime. Just getting ready to fire up here. Open my other valve. And I'm really interested to see where the pressure is. Okay, interesting. The pressure is running, starting right off at about 24 pounds, so that's actually a little bit higher than normal. But I'm curious to see what that translates into how my water flow is coming out the returns. And put my hand coming out the return, boy, the water flow. Of course, this is relative to. Anybody would actually go to these depths to see nuance variances, but it definitely, the water to me feels like it's coming out harder than it ever has before, be it a little bit or a lot. So so far so good. I want to check, I've got an Interfab T7 diving board. that actually has an edge waterfall built into it, and sometimes when my filter builds up just a little bit of pressure, the water doesn't come out with that nice cascading fall. It's a little bit slow and sluggish, so I want to open up that valve and see what type of water flow I get out of it as well. One other thing, interesting thing that I've noticed now that the pump is up to full prime, where it was up to 24, it's dropped down to just a hair above 20. So that is actually a lower starting pressure than what I'm used to. So it's interesting that it was a little bit high temporarily. Maybe it just took a while to clean all the air out of the system, but it's, you know, lower starting pressure, significantly stronger flow coming out the returns, my diving board, and with my booster pump cleaner running, and of course technically the booster pump cleaner is not running because the booster pump's not even on, and if it were on you could hear the additional pump running. And looking at my waterfall, the water flow's coming out great and really powerful. It's definitely, by switching to the Meltblown filter versus my conventional cartridge, I'm getting better water flow out of it as well, not just the returns. And what that's going to translate to is as the filter builds pressure, I'm going to get this really nice water flow, the water feature, the sound. As the filter gets dirty, clearly I can already tell that I'm going to get this type of look and great sound much longer than I would with the traditional filter that I've had. So that's a plus and bonus as well. If you also notice, I've got a Polaris booster pump cleaner, and what's amazing is with my Waterway Champion pump that I have on the pool, my cleaner does move around quite a bit even when the booster pump is not on, and I can tell you that since I've switched to this Meltblown cartridge, it is moving much faster, even though the pump is not on. Not that it's going to do a great job of cleaning the pool, but it's obviously a roving return line, so it'll move around, enhance my circulation, filtration, etc. So in looking at the returns, the diving board, and my cleaner, I'm definitely getting a significant improvement in flow from the Meltblown cartridge, new technology versus the old pleated cartridge.